according to Revelation was 17 and 15. So once we're casting that net in, we're trying to gather the elect, man.
You're going to get clean fish, you're going to get unclean fish.
The clean fish are the elect, and the unclean fish are the 2/3, man. You know? And the Israelite foreigners, which are confusion of face brothers, they're part of the clean fish. No matter how they look. If they're gravitated by this word, then they're part of this thing, man.
For they were fishers.
Yep.
Verse 19. And it said to them, follow me.
Follow me, go ahead.
And I will make you fishers of men.
Right, and through the Yahushua's teaching, his instructions, all right, his doctrine, okay, basically that trickles down to what you see now. You know, we have became fisher of men by the Holy Spirit, man. You know? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
This is Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord Yahweh, and they shall fish them.
Right.
And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill out of the holes of the rocks.
Right, right. So the Most High is going to utilize us, and Lord willing, we're not only called, but we're chosen. We're going to be fishermen, and then he's going to let us play a little bit. And then it says out of what now?
And they shall hunt them from every mountain.
Every mountain. A mountain represents a government, man. A major government. Go ahead.
And from every hill.
And smaller governments. Go ahead.
And out of the holes of the rock.
The church system, man. All you motherfuckers that believe in Jesus being white, you come to get your ass, man. Only when the Most High sanctions it now. You know, at this time frame, it's not about that. We have to wait upon the Most High, man. Right? You don't supposed to be in no gun range shooting guns. Not to say there's nothing wrong with that, but as Israelite men, we're not about that. We believe in spiritual powers, not carnal powers, carnality powers, which goes back to Esau being able to understand the capabilities of a handgun and shoot a motherfucker from 300 or 400 feet away.
Right. And even if you do want to do that in your pastime, why broadcast it out to the public, man?
Exactly.
You know Esau watching, man.
Yeah. That's why we say you cats been set up, man.
It ain't wise.
That's not wise at all, man. Sometimes when you had a point
you know, that's why Yahushua's said to Peter, you live by the sword, you're going to buy that sword. And our people, like, after them guns, man, Esau, man, they got some shit, man.
Yeah, bro, you got a woman, I did a video last year, maybe the year before that, you had a woman 100 years old killing a deer. Knocking a deer down, man, from a deer stand. 100 years old. You had a little girl, 9 years old, Edomite, killing a deer from yard side, man. Jay can't aim like that, bro.
And they running through obstacles. Like they doing, well, shit, I'm talking light training. They are trained.
Yeah.
They got obstacle courses, like you said, with kids, man, running, you know what I'm saying, pulling out pistols, pulling out, you know what I'm saying, AR-15s, you know what I'm saying, switching out their weaponry, man. You know what I'm saying, and shooting on the dot, man. Right bullseye hits, man. You know what I'm saying, man. Forget about it, Jay.
You're the man of the field.
That's right, bro.
That's his characteristic, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You just playing the part.
Yeah, just do your role, you know what I'm saying?
You said to get Genesis 25:27. You had to do something? All right,
This, Zephyr, you know, we went over the fisher part, now just going to the hunting part.
Yeah.
Zechariah 12, started 7.
Hey, can I bring something up? Hey, since you said the fisherman part, Ahmad, get and get John 4:35.
John
4:35.
This is John chapter 4, verse 35. Say,
you know what? Started 34, slide. No, started 33.
This is John chapter 4, verse 33.
Yeah.
Therefore said the disciples one to another, have any man brought him out to eat? Yahweh said unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work. Say not ye that are yet 4 months, and then cometh harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest.
Read that again.
Start again.
No, just 35.
Say not ye that are yet 4 months, And then cometh harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest.
Yeah, so the point is white, and when you go into that term white, it'll change up the definition of it. But once actually goes into the Greek, Strong's G3022, and it's Lucas, and that's where you get leukemia from, right? But it also initially it talked about basically teaching the word to the elect, you know. But like I said, they don't change up the definition of it. But that was the point, you know. So right now, hey, we in the time frame of teaching, man. The harvest is white, man. You know, gathering. You know what? I think it's bro, it may be harvest.
But the harvest is right.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Oh, you know what, Salaki, wrong word. Okay, in when you go into the term harvest, okay, when you go into the term harvest in John 4:35, it's G22, Strong's G2326, pronounced as theramas, and it means figuratively of the gathering of men into the kingdom of the Most High, man. Going into the elect.
Initiated souls.
Right. That's what it's going into, like going into the harvest. White just means it's symbolic. It's time to, these men are purified. Now it's time to teach these men. You know?
It is Matthew 13:9. Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
And the only way you're going to have ears to hear, the Spirit has to be dealing with you, man. Go ahead.
And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou to them in parables?
Right.
He answered, saying to them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Right, and that them is collectively talked about the elect. So if you're on the other side of the world and you understand these scriptures, then hey, validation, this word is for you.
Yeah. Because the disciples, they was like confused about it. You know, it's a group of Israelites out there. And they're like, why are you speaking to them in parables? They're supposed to be our people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Yahushua, he made a distinction. He said, because it's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Right, so 2/3 of our people have to be destroyed, man. And they'll never get the understanding of the kingdom of heaven, not on this side. Why? Because somebody has to be the good of Israel, somebody has to be in the sense of bad of Israel.
So the Messiah, if he's saying statements like this about just the nation of Israel, what do the other nations, how do y'all come apart in this? Man?
Hey, what was that Vince McMahon son? No chance.
Yeah, no
That's
chance.
what you got.
Right. We're going to the hunting part that the brother read in Jeremiah 16:16. This is Zechariah 12:8. And it says, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David.
Right. So the feeble of our people is going to have the might of King David. You seen the hell King David brought with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Ashah, the feeble, man.
That brother did numbers.
Yeah, he did numbers, man. Hey, through David, that's where you get the term of the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Because they would, the women would be like, well, Saul did this, but David killed thousands. You know?
And Jerusalem is going to a people before the place. You know what I'm saying? Predominantly the elect, man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
It's people before a place.
That's right.
And the house of David should be as the Most High.
Right, in the house of David. The house of David talk about the elect men, man. So the feeble is going to have the might of King David, but the house of David, beginning with Yahweh Shai, the 12 and 144,000, we're going to be like literally gods. You know, in strength and power and so on and so forth. Not saying that the least of Israel won't have that, but hey, it's levels to it. Right. That's why in the scripture it talks about from the least to the greatest in the kingdom of heaven, man. Because think about this. 2/3 of our people didn't sacrifice their life in order to get to the kingdom of heaven. So why would that be on the level of a person that did that? That would be unbalanced in the Most High. So it's levels to it, man. They gonna live good, true enough, but they would not live like the hopeful elect, and Lord willing, we're part of that.
That's right, bro.
And I know you're gonna end on like how about Shah so gracious. He's still gonna show love to them.
Yeah.
The ones that turn they back on him on this side,
Yeah.
they still gonna be richer than the elites are ever could be on this side.
Bro, I remember when I first came into the church, I'm like, oh man, the 2/3 gonna make it anyway. You know, I'm kind of mad, man. Like, man, these niggas, man.
Yeah.
I was wicked though, man. You know, I didn't see the full picture, man.
Since they ain't sacrificing the man, he gonna beat your ass before you get in that kingdom, man. You gonna have a lot of shit. Hey, man, it's gonna be rough, man.
Yeah.
Some of y'all gonna get done horrible.
But see,
man.
you're gonna be purified two ways. Either you're gonna be purified by this word,
Yep.
which will bring upon you the fiery trials of Yahweh Shai,
Yep.
or you're gonna be purified by those missiles,
That's
man.
it, man.
So you're gonna have to go through a form of purification in order to get to the kingdom of heaven, even from a spiritual process or actually from a carnal standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, and me personally, Lord willing, we the hopeful elect.
That's right.
You know, Lord willing, we continue what we're doing right now. Because you could be like Malak Shar and have, you know, and justify having tattoos, or some nigga was saying that he relapsed into homosexuality, man. You know, that's a major demon, man. Major.
Yeah. And the Whataburger guys.
Yeah, the Whataburger guys, man. Them niggas through, man.
Oh, yeah.
And the nigga put on a comment in one McDonald's, this is the best fast food you can get. It's 100% beef, man.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
You niggas making a goddamn video, and you up there eating fries.
You
and
saw
shit,
that?
man. Them niggas through talking about how basically being in the truth was a waste of time. You know, yeah. 3 niggas,
You
man.
talking about how Apostle Paul's writings was confusing, you know, things as such.
Well, it is confusing. What's that in Peter? It tells you that if the Spirit's not with you, you know, well, it's not confusing to the elect. You know, it's plain.
And just, you know, going back to the distinction in the kingdom, like Elder Zahar brought out a while back, like, even that movie Black Panther, you know, they show you Wakanda, it was a separation between the elites of the people of Wakanda and just the regular citizens, man.
That's right, bro.
You know? So that was a beautiful point right there. Alright, so back in Zechariah, matter of fact, you yours out.
Well, this is Daniel 12:2. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame, and some to everlasting contempt.
Yep. And you go to the word shame, it pretty much go to like disgrace. A lot of our people who like sold out on this side, they want to come into this word, they're gonna be shaming the kingdom, man. Like, you're like, dang, I missed out on this opportunity by, you know, fanning my hand at the prophets, or making mockery of them, or even trying to kill them. So that's gonna be shameful toward them in the next kingdom, man. You know?
I got one. This 2 Timothy 2, and I'm gonna start 11. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we should also live with him.
Man, you have to believe that, man. That's why it states it's a faithful saying. You know, you're supposed to believe it. You know, although you don't see it, but in your mind, it's supposed to be embedded that this is going to happen, man.
Right.
To motivate you.
That's that faith.
That's the part. That's why it states, you know what, bro? Let's go to 1 Timothy 6:12. Hey, and also just to back up that point, 2 Peter 3:15, as also in all his epistles. You know what? 2 Peter 3:15, and account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul also according to the wisdom given unto him have written unto you, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, meaning wrestle, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction.
That's
So the
it.
ones that unlearned, the Most High made their ears fat. It has an angel blocking out the words that coming from the prophets to them, and they can't receive it, man.
And that's another saying. That's another way of saying that they don't want you.
That's why you can't just be trying to put the truth on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't getting it. If they ain't getting it, they just ain't getting it.
Yeah, but the scripture says, let the wicked be wicked. You know, let the unjust be unjust. You know, roughly paraphrasing. And like the brother also said, I said, now cast out your pearls before swine, man.
Yeah.
Everybody can't understand this, man.
At Lead first.
Yeah. This truth is considered as a pearl, man. You know? And the swine goes to show you that our people have the mindset of brute beasts, man. Because basically, you know, once you come into the truth, you're supposed to be that new creature, man. That new person, that new being. All right? And then, as you are born as that child, what happens? You get the milk. All right? The simple part of the scriptures. And then if the Most High works with you, you continue to grow as you digest that milk. And then you come of age. And once you come of age, then you're ready for the hard part of the scriptures, which can be considered as the steak part, the meat part, the basics from the milk, which is the milk, and then the hard part, which is the steak. And this is the whole process of it, man. But hey, get 1 Timothy 6 and 12 just real quick, and then we're gonna jump to what you got talking about.
I did 1 Timothy 6 and 12.
Yep.
Fight the good fight.
Hey, that faithful sayings. Go ahead.
Fight the good fight. Fight of faith. Lay hold of the eternal life.
Right, so the only way you will lay hold to eternal life, you have to fight the good fight. But the Most High has to give you that gift of faith to do so, man. Because if you don't believe, then you ain't going to fight hard. And them 3 niggas in that car, they didn't believe anymore. You know what I'm saying? The Most High didn't give them the concept of faith to believe. Going into creed, going into credit. Credit and creed means to believe, man. And so through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, we see the kingdom of heaven right now.
That's how you say in Spanish, Creole?
Creer.
Yeah, that's how you see it. Prayer.
Creer, yep.
Where unto thou.
Where to thou.
Also called.
Right. And what are we called? We are called into this truth. Go ahead.
And have professed.
And have professed what?
A good profession.
A good profession. Hey, we are professing good profession. Hey, we could be niggas out here in these streets. But why? The Most High, by His will, we, Lord willing, we're prophets, man. All right? So basically, we're professing a good profession. And it's an honor to do the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, you could be anywhere, you know, at this time frame.
Before many witnesses.
Right, before many witnesses, and that's what we do. So through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, then basically we're in season, out season. All right, we're doing the weekly videos, and we're out here on the highways and the byways. All right, you see the content of basically of our faith as far as us doing the work. You know, that shows you your belief in the Most High. And death, believing in this truth, is the ultimate sacrifice. It's the ultimate form of faith. Why? Because you're willing to trade your life for it. All right? But it states fight the good fight. And the only way you're going to fight the good fight, you have to have that essence of faith. Going to Yahweh Shai, the scripture you like to bring out, when he talks about will he not find faith. All right, now, hey, let's get an example of the good fight. Bring out your point first.
This 2 Timothy 2 and 12.
Yeah.
And we suffer, we should reign with him.
If you suffer, hey, this truth comes with a package of losses, man. As you grow in the spirit, you have to suffer. Why? Because the Most High has to prove you, and the more you suffer, which is the resistance, the stronger in the spirit you become, man. Go ahead, bro.
If we deny him,
right,
he also deny us.
Right. And them niggas denied him. All right, and then you also deny him by knowing the name, don't push the name. All right, the ultimate the magnification of Yahweh Shai is by declaring their names. All right, and you calling them Jesus and God and all that shit, man, basically you're denying him. But what the brother had made, you niggas now at this time frame has denied the Most High, man. Fucking doing a video eating goddamn Whataburger with French fries and shit, man. You know? Go ahead, man.
Philippians 3 and 13. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind.
Right, you got to forget those things are behind, meaning disconnect from this world. Now, we're not saying you can't be productive in this world, but you have to have a spiritual perspective within this world. Meaning, as you work and as the Most High gives you those crumbs, like Elder Zaquan Bun always states, you know, as he gives you these crumbs, you're still supposed to apply a spiritual mindset. Application, man.
Right, because this word's supposed to come on before anything or anyone.
Right. So you do the will of the Most High, and then it trickles down. You know, Go ahead.
Just
bro.
like you a CEO of a company, you see a diligent worker of yours putting time and effort to, into that position, you're gonna have more, some more lenience on that person, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna show more love to that person.
Yeah.
So how much more us on this spiritual aspect that we doing something that everybody else doing something wicked and wrong in this world, but we try to stand up for something right, man.
Right, and what have y'all given up?
Yeah.
So why would you be on the same level with the prophets in the kingdom of heaven? What have you sacrificed? You didn't sacrifice time with your family. You didn't sacrifice job opportunities. All right, you didn't sacrifice your so-called fun time. Because leisure time, the reason why I say leisure time, that actually goes into reading. All right, but at the same time frame, what did you sacrifice in order to be on the side of the house shot receiving those crowns?
You sacrifice your life.
Nothing.
You're on the front line.
Yeah, you're not on the front line, man.
All right.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, "Be brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind."
You gotta forget those things, man. Not saying you don't supposed to take care of your family, not saying you don't supposed to pay your bills, but at the same time frame, you just supposed to have a spiritual perspective.
Yeah.
That application, man.
Like forgetting those things behind, like you probably had dreams becoming an athlete or a rapper or like a top successful businessman.
Yeah.
Forget those things, man, because you're gonna get much more in the next kingdom.
That's right, man. And look what you gotta do in order to receive a stand like that as an actor, as a rapper. That shit comes with a sacrifice.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't
I'm
talking about no righteous sacrifice.
We ain't talking about no righteous sacrifice. And what P say, you either in or out, ain't no halfway. Let me stop this shit. I think I'm crazy, man. It's too late!
It said, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
The kingdom of heaven, man. All right, you're supposed to be compelled in the spirit to do so, man. Which goes back into the setup I wanted. 1 Timothy 6 and 12, fighting the good fight. Let's go into an example. Get that, bro. You had something? Oh, man. This got the hammers out.
Verse 14, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
You press for the what?
I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
What's the prize? The prize is ultimately salvation. That's what you want. This is what we doing this for, man. So we won't be judged during the second coming of Yahweh Shai. That's the reason why, man. Like when you come into this truth, you're supposed to look at everything to gain. Do you know the status of what you're gonna have in the kingdom of heaven? Hey, Fredo, man, not just know anybody. Like real talk, man. Like, man, bro, in order to get this, you have to put in hard work. You have to apply yourself, man. You know, you gotta live and breathe this, man. Like for real. And it first starts with teaching yourself. Go ahead, bro.
This is Luke chapter 9, starting at verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny his life himself.
You gotta deny yourself, man. You know, ultimately, because why? You're your biggest opponent. Going into Ephesians the 6th chapter, it talks about the wiles of the devil, going into the craftiness. What does the Satan does? He utilizes you against you through the form of manipulating your intelligence, man. All right? So you're your biggest opponent. Some days you may not feel like coming out here. Some days you may not feel like fellowship. But you need to pray to get that demon off you and do so. Because you're not going to feel like doing it all the time. Truth be told, in this flesh. But at the same time frame, you need to pray to get that demon off you. And whenever your mind says telling you not to go that way, according to righteousness, automatically, by default, by rule of thumb, you're supposed to go the other way.
And take up his cross daily.
Yeah, you gotta take up your cross, man. You gotta fight daily. Every fucking minute, every second, every minute of your life. Because at the end of the day, if Satan is not attacking you as such as you actually sending them, such as thoughts, such as manipulation through people, or opportunities such as like your car fuck up, just catching hell, he's still on the clock. So daily, you gotta be on. You gotta be on the tower watching for it. Man. You know, go ahead.
And follow me.
Follow Yahweh Shai. And you're supposed to follow the Lamb whichsoever you go. Whichsoever you going, man. According to the scripture. Alright? You're supposed to apply yourself. Meaning attach yourself to these scriptures, man. And the more you meditate it, the more it becomes second nature.
For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
Right. So we're not trying to save our life in this kingdom, man. Why? Because you see this kingdom going below sea level, man. So why the hell would you believe in something or apply yourself in something that's sinking? It doesn't make any sense. Go ahead.
But whosoever will lose his life for my sake.
And that's what we doing. You know, that's why we come hard. So through the Spirit on the weekends, all right, weekly, through communion, which is fellowshipping, helping our brother. Okay, anything to benefit the truth, so you can stay in good standings of Yahweh while Yahweh shine. That's what we do.
The same shall save it.
Right, and the same shall save it. And we're trying to save our life in the life to come, and at the same time frame, prolong our life here. Because by walking in the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai, you're prolonging your life.
Right.
You know? Can I get that? Let me get that visual, man. Let me get that quick visual. Yeah, Genesis 32 and 22.
This Genesis 32 and 22.
Yeah, this is an example of fighting the good fight.
And he rose up that night.
Yeah, he is referring to Jacob. Go ahead.
And took his 2 wives and his 2.
Hey, he had 2 wives. Oh shit. He had 2 wives, man. It's not lawful now, but at the same time frame, it's not expedient, but it's lawful.
What version Bible that is?
Not my Bible.
As long as we don't read the Bible Lamar had. Don't do that. Go ahead, bro.
And his 2 women servants and his 11 sons.
Yeah.
And passed over the ford of
Jabbok.
Yeah. And he took them and sent them over the brook and sent them over that he had. Verse 24. And Jacob was left alone.
Right.
And though he wrestled a man.
Right, so Jacob was left alone. He began to wrestle a man some point in night. Go ahead.
And with him until the day of break.
Right, so Jacob wrestled this man from night all the way to the breaking of day. All the way to dawn. What is dawn? When you first see light in the sky. Okay, so that means he wrestled this man for hours. Why was Jacob so compelled to fight the good fight? Why was he driven and motivated to fight the good fight? Continue.
And when he saw that he would prevail not against him.
Right, so this angel realized he had not prevailed against Jacob. He realized basically that Jacob was still fighting the good fight. What did he do?
And he touched the hollow of his thigh, and hollow Jacob thigh was out of joint.
Right, so the angel literally knocked Jacob's thigh out of place. Go ahead.
As he wrestled with him.
But Jacob continued to wrestle with him. He's fighting a good fight. And that's what we have to do. And you can consider the angel by him knocking Jacob's thigh out of joint. That was a fiery trial Jacob had to go through, such as the afflictions and tribulations we go through right now. You know what I'm saying? You can parallel that with that. But Jacob, although he was hurt, you know that shit hurt. He's uncomfortable. He's tired. He still was wrestling his angel. Go ahead.
And he said, let me go.
Let me go. The angel saying, let me go, goddammit. Go ahead. An angel, man.
For the day breaking.
For the day breaking. So some point in night, throughout the night, until the light of day, Jacob is still wrestling with this angel, man.
And he said, I will not let thee go.
I will not let thee go. Why? He's fighting a good fight. For what, though? Go ahead.
Except thou bless me.
Except thou bless me. So Jacob was fighting his angel, and he knew in the spirit that this wasn't no ordinary man. He was fighting this man for a blessing, man. So he fought the good fight of faith until he received a blessing. That's the same thing we have to do until we receive salvation, man. Okay, so a lot of times them angels, you know, so just like the angel knocked out the Jacob's thigh out of joint, well, when our thigh get knocked out of joint, we still gotta motivate ourselves to fight, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, if you look at like on a symbolic level, man, that can go into how we on the highways and byways, man. Because we out here when it's raining, when it's hot, when it's cold, when brothers ain't feeling well. You know what I'm saying? We was out here one day, the wind was blowing sand and dust all over our faces and everything.
I know you wanna
but through all that, man, we continue to do the work, man, from the time until it's time for us to go. Like we do every Saturday, man.
That's right.
You know, so that's fighting that good fight, man, through the elements, man. You know what I'm saying? Through what infirmities we going through, man. It don't matter, man. As long as the Lord give us that strength, man, and to come out here due to his will, man, hey, that's what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I ain't seen no scripture where it say, hey, you gonna be out there comfortable on the highways and byways.
Hey,
I ain't never seen it.
And since you said that, when you go into that term in 1 Timothy 6:12, that good fight, that good part means to be morally, to be noble. When you come in this truth, this truth brings you to a status of nobility, meaning you're highborn. Okay, but if you morally correct, you know what I'm saying, fighting the good fight, that means you applied the scriptures in a righteous standpoint. So Jacob fought the good fight. He didn't pick up nothing to basically hit the angel. He didn't fight dirty. He fought him straight up. So we have to fight straight up by applying the scriptures real time. You know, you can parallel that with that. That's the good fight. Being morally correct by applying the scriptures, man. Such as Jacob did. He didn't pick up no glass. He didn't pick up no rock. He didn't take off his goddamn belt and choke the shit out of him. He wrestled him straight up.
That shows you how spiritually disciplined Jacob was. That could have been Esau. You know what I'm saying?
Esau would have brought that dagger, that hammer.
About to ask him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just like the priest somebody always go into, you got to have the mindset of a finisher, man. You know, when you see your opponent backpedaling, you're supposed to finish him off, man. And right now in the spirit, Esau backpedaling, man. I just read an article how Donald Trump, you know, say he just got briefed by his Navy about these heightened UFO sites, man. They stole chariots out there, man. You know, and if you in the spirit, you know what time it is, man. We already got the victory. You know, we just gotta endure. You know, because Satan fuck with you in your day-to-day to try to throw you off. He try to through craftiness, you know, try to pull you out the truth. You know, we just got to endure because we already know our opponent is finished, man.
Yeah, man.
And just like Jacob was wrestling a much mightier opponent, all right, we were wrestling a much mightier opponent with Esau, but see, we mighty in faith and in the spirit, man. And that's Esau's weakness, man.
Right. At the end of the day, Jacob won. You know what I'm saying? So on spiritual level, hey, the elect already won, man. The victory is already there. You just gotta go through the battle, man.
That's it.
And how you said how Esau is backpedaling right now, cause look how he's deleting videos now when we come and broadcast, you know, bring things up about the society. And then you know that he's in his last stages of rulership.
That's right, brother.
He getting petty.
Yeah.
You know somebody losing, they start getting petty, man.
Yeah.
You know? So Esau, he know this is the truth and that he can't combat it, all right, with his lies, man. So now he just gonna go all out, man. He finna take off the gloves, man.
Yeah, we gotta become physical, man.
The other brother Yashimamba, he did a video how Esau's gonna be editing our videos, make it seem like it's us talking and saying certain things. He's gonna be like, man, I didn't even say that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's how he's gonna do this persecution, man.
And see, what Esau failed to realize, you can't be spiritual people such as the elect with physical tactics, man. You'll never lose, man. I mean, it's like you'll never win. You'll never win.
So, 2 Timothy 4:5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions.
Right, you gotta watch, man, in all things, and you have to endure afflictions. You're supposed to welcome it, man. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to love it. Like literally, man. Be proud that you're going through this. Why? It's purification, and as your flesh becomes weaker, your spirit becomes stronger.
So take it cheerfully.
Take it cheerfully, man.
Once he chastise those he loves.
Yeah. And it says that same scripture, it says it might not be joyous, but you know what I'm saying, it pretty much the seeds that yielded the seed, pretty much, like, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you come out as a new creature, man. You know what I'm saying? You overcoming something that a lot of people can't do.
It's spiritual hindsight. Because you know what I'm saying, you don't understand it, you may not understand it while you're going through it, but once you cross the finish line, oh shit, that makes sense. Just like a person striving for a championship. But doing preseason and tour days, you know, and practices, and you know, working out and so on and so forth, you don't see it. But once you get that championship, you start remember all the dedication and the hard work